Hi there, it's David Young, the Resourceful Coach, and we're going to talk about today is how we can drop 6 shots off your score by really making sure you've got 5 must shots. Now, I've taught golf for over 30 years, and the last 5 years have been really spending most time on the golf course. So this is really learning. When I go out on the course, the 5 shots people struggle with the most, and they're definitely costing them the most shots. And that's really important to understand. If you can work on these 5 shots, it will make a massive difference to your game. So first shot we're going to come to, simply the tee shot. Okay, it's probably the shot that costs most people the most shots. I mean, you knock a ball out of bounds, you've lost 2 shots. You knock the ball into the rough and you've still got a shot, it's cost you about 1/3 of a shot. You knock it into the trees, it's cost you a shot. If you do that 2 or 3 times in a round, a mixture of those, you may be losing half of those 6 shots just with your driver. So it sounds very simple what I'm going to say. Find a club that puts you in play. If you're looking to play bogey golf, we're looking for a shot of around about 100 yards. If you want to be better than that, then we need something a little bit longer. Every 20 yards or so that you gain off the tee, still hitting the fairway, is going to gain you about 4 shots. So 200 will get you up nearer to 14 handicap. 220, 225, you're looking around about that 9, 10 handicap. 260, now you're looking at a scratch golfer. So look at your level. The most important thing, find what club works for you. It might be the driver. If the driver works for you, that's great. Pull it out of the bag, put it down the fairway, make sure you feel that shot works for you. For me as a scratch golfer, I need to get that ball 260 down the fairway consistently, so I need to play the driver, to play to that level. Okay, but we're going to show you in a minute, if I need to play to sort of bogey golf, playing 1 shot more a hole than a scratch golfer, what I need to do. So find that club that will put you down the fairway. That's done that nicely for me. Now that will be probably on a morning like today. I've got it down there around about that 250. That would be lovely. Okay. But again, as I said, if I was looking to play to around about bogey golf, then physically from there, something like a hybrid will do it. And if that works and you are more consistent with it, or even a long iron, get the ball in play. Remember that data we said at the start. Out of bounds costs you 2 shots. In the trees where you've got to chop out sideways, cost you a shot. Anywhere in the rough, whatever level, it's costing you a minimum of 1/3 of a shot. The higher your handicap, it could be up to half a shot. So find a club that will get you down the fairway. Doesn't matter if it's about 180, 190 with that, or 250 with your driver, find the short grass. It's the biggest way to lower those scores. So here's our second shot. It should be the shot you're the best at. It's what I call a maintainer. It's a shot that you need to be able to hit down that par 5 as a second shot, or down a long par 4, or really that shot you're hitting into the green. It's the swing you go and practice the most at the driving range, and yet I don't see it as good as I'd like it to see going into the green, or as we're going to do here, the second shot down that par 5. It's your bog standard swing. It's what you've developed. Now, what do I need? Well, if I'm playing a par 5, for me as a scratch golfer, I need approximately 200 yards. That would be brilliant. Remember, I got about 260 off the tee. We're now looking for around about 200 yards. That would keep me playing to scratch. That's what I'm looking to do. So I've got my hybrid. I'm just going to make that ball move nicely down the fairway, get the result that we want. There. Quite happy with that. Now, if you're not as powerful, or you're not looking to be that low in your handicap, and you think, well, my ability isn't quite that, what do I need to do? Again, we're looking at a bogey golfer. We need around about 150 yards. That may be a hybrid for you. That might be a 9 wood. That might be a 7 wood. Whatever works. It could be an iron. But you need that shot. Work on that swing where you think, yeah, I can advance that ball down there approximately 150 yards. That's what I need to have. If I've got that shot, if I've got a bit more, remember what we said, I'm never going to stop you doing it if you can hit it further, but make sure you're moving that ball down the fairway. Because if you are, you're keeping your ball in play. Again, similar to what we said off the tee, if you lose the ball, stroke and distance, it's the equivalent of losing 2 shots. If you put it in a water hazard, you might be able to drop it down there, it's still losing you a shot. And if you put it in the rough, it's costing you somewhere between 1/3 and half a shot. Work on that swing, get it down the fairway. What you'll find if you do this one better, the likelihood is you're going to be better off the tee as well. So they're the 2 main swing ones that we're going to talk about. We've got 3 more shots to go through, which I see all day long cost you guys shots. So here's our 3rd shot. It's really, I'd say, that not the sexy shot of the 5, but again, it costs you lots of shots. And it's when you've put yourself in trouble, you compound the problem, you make it worse. And I see 2 big errors. Number 1, the hole is over there. The fairway's over there. There's a gap I think I can get through, and that might gain me 20 yards. That's a great idea. I can get through that gap. I've got about a 2-foot gap. I'll take that low club that I want to play, and we play it through this gap here, and suddenly, bang, we clatter into the trees and we haven't got out. We haven't got rid of the problem. So that's really mistake number 1. Don't be greedy. Okay. Number 2, because we're just looking to hit the ball maybe back into play, we've got a situation here where we're looking to go out here. Okay. And that's the sensible shot. The way I always look at it, if I put the ball into this position, worst case scenario, put it back where I should have been for the previous shot, and it's only cost me 1 shot. But here's the second mistake. We want to get it under this tree. We've got an overhanging branch and the golfer pulls out something like a pitching wedge because I think I've only got to hit it 50 yards. And what happens then, they hit it up into the tree, and they haven't gone underneath it. Okay, real disaster. So we should go back to the club we had originally when we were trying to be greedy and get it back into play, but make sure you're going to get that ball low. And the great thing about learning this shot, this will help you maybe a little bit later on with one of the other shots, because it's teaching you a little bit of a chip and run shot. It's really, really important. So the highest lofted club I'd go into here is a 7-iron. And I tend to play it then off my back foot, which actually de-lofts it down and more like a 5-iron. But I play with guys, they'll go in here with just a 5-iron. Perfect. Some of you may not have that club now because you've got hybrids and clubs like that. Take a 7-iron, play it off your back foot. That takes the loft off and make the ball go forwards. That's all I'm looking to do. Get it back where I should have been after my 2nd shot on this par 5. Not be greedy. Keep it low. Pop it back out onto the fairway. The previous shot is the one that cost me, but you're going to improve that now because we've just told you how to do the maintainer. So that's not going to be the problem. You're not going to end up in here. But if you do, don't be greedy. Don't go loft. Play the little chip and run shot out into play. You're going to save shots. That's the key thing we're after. Save those shots. So our 4th shot looks like probably the simplest of the lot. It's just a 50-yard shot going into the green. But I see people miss the green. They're trying to be too clever. They're trying to play too flamboyant a shot, and they end up getting bad results. So the key thing for this is, if we look at it, we're looking at, again, my level. What should I be doing? Well, I want to be inside. I want to be 15 feet or better. If you're a bogey golfer, anywhere on that green, 30 feet or so away, you're doing absolutely fine. All right, that might be a shock to you, but hit the green. That's the most important thing. What I see with golfers is they'll pick up clubs. They think, oh, I should get my lob wedge out. I should flip it up in the air. And the most common mistake I see, 2 results. The biggest one is this. They'll try and hit it up, and then they thin it along the ground, and they just watch the ball disappear over the other side of the green. Okay, because they've done that one, then what they do the next time is they'll physically then try and sort of come down on it steeper, and then suddenly they hit it halfway. Okay, so I'm always a believer, find the shot that works for you. Okay, most golfers, I would say, you're going to have more success probably from 50 yards. We've got nothing in our way here. Take a 7-iron, the shot we just played out of the trees. Just take a 7-iron, okay? I played in a match here yesterday, and they created an extra hole as a par 3. And I was playing with some good golfers, and they said, oh, what are you going to hit in here? They made it a little bit longer than this. And I said, I'm just going to do it with a 7-iron, run it up. And I got nearest the pin. They were all hitting wedges into the green, thinking they were going to get the ball to stop. So sometimes it's just using your imagination. If you're good at that, I mean, hopefully you're not good at chipping out of the trees, because hopefully you're not doing it too much. But if you can do that shot, develop it into this shot, okay? Look at what you've got. 7-iron, a little bit back foot. Just pop the ball. And as I said, if you're a bogey golfer, anywhere on that green will work. Okay, that ball's running into the middle of the green. I've probably left myself around about 20 feet. Okay, perfect. Even for my level, I'm going to get down in 3 more often than not from here. Okay, now we're looking a little bit more loft. So I played that off the back foot to keep it low. I just need to hit the green. I've got a gap wedge here, 52 degree. I'm going to play it pretty central, a little bit bigger swing to land it on the green, up onto the green. I'll dig in. And on this occasion, that worked out really nicely. I'm about 10 feet away. Find the green. That's all you got to do. Find the green, you're saving shots. If you're missing greens from 50 yards, it's another shot gone. Okay, we've got one final shot. That's your putting. Let's go and have a look at that. So here's our final shot. It's what I call the 10 pace 2-putt. Simply that. Let's take the flag out so you can see what we're going to do. And we're going to pace out 10 paces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paces. We're approximately, obviously all of us, our steps are slightly different. We're going to be somewhere between 20 and 30 feet. So I'm around about 25 feet away from here. And the goal is simple, 2-putt it. But this is really important. This is a mental thing. I don't want you to just go to it and think, I'm going to 2-putt this. And think, oh, I've got to get it within a dustbin lid. Okay, I've got to get it within a couple of feet. Because if you think about that, yeah, you can be 2 feet left, you can be 2 feet right. But that actually means your variation is actually 4 feet. That's quite a lot. So I always want you to go to the green with the intention to hole the putt. Okay, if you think that way, if you roll it up then inside that 2 feet circle you've done, that's great. Don't think of the dustbin lid. That's a really bad thing. It could be an end result, but you're not thinking about that as you stand over it. I always remember one of my lessons saying to me, what do you put in a dustbin? I said, rubbish. He said, that's why it's a rubbish idea. Okay, think about holing it. How happy would you be if you hole the putt? Okay, so you're looking for the ultimate result, but a secondary result, which again is in line with our expectation that we may finish within that foot 18 inches around the hole, and that's fine. But go to it with the attitude, I can hole it, but the goal is, if I had 4 putts from there, can I guarantee I can 2-putt? And that's not what I see regularly. I see golfers in that position, too many 3 putts. So you need to go to the putting green, pace it out 10 paces, mentally think I'm going to hole it. So take a little bit of time reading the putt. And the good thing, if you go to the green just with 3 or 4 balls, never more than that, because you're going to be stooped over the ball. I don't want you hurting your back. And just maybe once you've read it, go with what you believe. Give it a go. Again, intention, I want to hole it. Expectation, get it close enough to 2-putt. Okay, because I thought I wanted to hole it, I did. Okay, so straight away I'm a shot ahead. Okay, the goal now, can we do more of those? Again, goal, hole it, intention, expectation, close enough, it's a tap-in 2-putt. Okay, so happy with that, no problem. Okay, so take a little bit of time on my aim. Intention, hole it. Expectation, get it close enough that it's a tap-in 2-putt. And just start to think that way. People go on my videos, they go, oh, you talk quite a bit. But what I'm doing and what I've learned, this is an amazing thing I'm now about to say. On average, it takes somebody 20 times to be told something before they do it. Sometimes it'll be 1, sometimes it could be 40. So why I keep going through this again and again and again is to try and get your mind to think the right things. Okay? So we're using these 2 words, intention, hole it, expectation, tap in. Okay? And that's another reason why I don't go out more than 4 balls, because the balls start getting in the way. If you leave one short, it gets in the way, and then basically you don't know if you hole it. You might have another one going into the hole. But I'm going to be obviously very happy with those 4 putts. 1's gone in, 3 are stone dead. That was a good drill for me. So let's look at where we can save so many shots. Number 1, get the ball in play. Lost ball, ball out of bounds, costing you 2 shots. Find a water hazard, it's costing you a shot. Find a bush, you have to take a drop, it's costing you a shot. When you look at other sports, let's look at something like show jumping with horses. If they knock down a fence, they get 4-second penalty. So take away the penalty shots. That's the key thing. Get that tee shot in play. Second shot, it's your standard swing, what you've been working on. You want to make sure that you're getting that ball down the fairway. That's what you should be practicing at the practice ground. Drill that in. If that's going well, the tee shot, as we said, should be getting better. Third shot, don't be greedy, be sensible, keep the ball low, get it back to where you should have been after the tee shot or the second shot where you expected to be previously. Don't be greedy. If you are, again, that could cost you a shot. Another one, hit the tree, drop down. It's probably going to be a worse position. Chipping onto that green, hit the green from 50 yards. That's simply all I'm going to say. Find your club, do it. And our final drill was this 10 pace, roughly 25 foot, 2-putt it. If you're doing that, you are playing really pretty much where low single figure golfers are starting to do. Okay, 33 feet is the average 2-putt for a tour player. So if you want to take it a bit further, give yourself a 12, 13 pace putt. Now you're doing what a tour player. If you can 2-putt that regularly, you can be on tour. I hope today's video has helped you. It's about reducing those scores. It's my experience of being out with players on the golf course. I've seen if you can change these, 6 shots will drop off that score. Your handicap will come tumbling down. If you have enjoyed it, please share this with your friends. Please subscribe to the channel. Press that little bell for notifications. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.